Hello everyone. As you all know that UPSC notification has come. Few students are facing certain problems. So I'm making this video to make you understand in general the issues what you may be going through. There could be a lot of students who may want their personalized queries to be solved. For them, we have given a link below this basically video. Or once you finish watching this video, you can click on that and then you can send us your query. Okay? I'll be personally solving all your queries. For let's say in general information, I have highlighted things. This is the link on which you have to go and then fill up the form. It is in two different parts. So you have to fill all the parts, then only it will be completed or it will be accepted that you have filled up the form. Now, in terms of the identification, these are mentioned, let's say the ID cards. Now, you have to know that which ID you have uploaded because this photo ID would be used for all future references. So keep that thing in mind. The last date is 22nd Feb till 6 p.m. Now, in terms of the date, don't wait till 22nd. And there could be a possibility that let's say by any chance you may do a mistake. Don't worry, you can again fill up the whole form. So you would not, let's say you filled up the form today and after 2 days you feel that or you find that you have done a mistake, then again start the process from zero. That means that you again register and then fill up the whole form and then pay the fee. Then new form would be accepted as your final form. Okay, so means the registration number which would be the highest, so that will be considered as your accepted form, but it has to be filled up in total. Any queries, you have these numbers, you can call them. Now, in terms of this, I have highlighted because the date of the PT. Now, these are the 19 odd services, and you can look into that. The number of vacancies has been increased from the previous year, so it's a good news. Now, for persons with benchmark disability, here we find that multiple types of disabilities are mentioned. Now, that's for IAS, but when we look at or let's say when we look in foreign service, not many are accepted. So likewise, it keeps on changing for different services. So you can look into that so that you understand for which all services you would be eligible. Now, this is only for persons with benchmark disabilities. These are the centers for your prelims. You have to pick up one. And by any chance, let's say if you delay filling up your form and the center gets totally filled up, you may be allotted another center. That's the reason we say always fill up the form as soon as possible. Okay, don't fill it up in a hurry, but then fill it up once you have all the required information. In terms of your means, these are the centers where you can appear, and you have to plan accordingly. This is first apply first allot. That is basically this happens only in prelims. Now, in terms of mains, not many people are giving mains. Approximately 10,000 to 15,000 people are called. It depends. It keeps on changing year to year. It depends on the numbers of vacancies. Okay, so in mains you don't have any issues in terms of allotment, but yes, in PT you may face a problem. UPSC has all the right to change the centers that they have mentioned. This generally they don't do until unless there are unforeseen circumstances. Okay. In terms of nationality, a lot of people feel only Indians can apply. There are only three services like IAS, IFS, and IPS where citizens can apply, or only citizens can apply. But for others, you have got, let's say, non-citizens in certain countries can also apply, or citizens of some countries can also apply. Those are mentioned here. Okay. In terms of age limit, by the 1st August 2022, you should be 21, and by the same date, you should not be crossing 32. Okay. So let's say this is for a general category. Now, for reserved category, 5 years stay relaxation is given. That is for SC and ST. So you add up 5 years to 32. So that will make for SC ST 21 years to 37 years. For OBC, 3 years age relaxation. So add 3 years on 32. So you've got 35 years. Okay. Then for defense and for ex-servicemen, certain other exemptions are given. For persons with benchmark disabilities, you add 10 years. So maximum 10 years relaxation. Okay, it depends that you come in which category. Date of birth would be calculated, which is mentioned in your matriculation or secondary school leaving certificate. Also, here I find that generally students are facing problem. See, you need to be a graduate to appear for this exam, but if you are in your final year also, you can appear. Now here, the issue is, if you've just entered your final year, you cannot, you are not eligible this year. But if you are giving your final year examination in the next 1-2 months, then you are eligible. 1-2 months, by that I mean to say that by the time you are appearing for your means, you should get your final marks. Okay, here it is clearly written that all candidates who are declared qualified by Commission for taking civil service examination means will be required to produce proof of passing. So proof of passing is your mark sheet. Now don't worry about your degree. It may take more time, and UPSC understands that. Okay, so again repeating it. If you're in your final, if you've entered final year, you're not eligible. If you're giving your final year in 2022 itself, and you would get your marks passing by the time the mains examination are being conducted, you are eligible. Okay. In terms of your category, let's say category wise attempts are there. 6 attempts for a general category. SC/ST unlimited attempts means from the age of 21 till 37, n number of times they can appear, but then they need to be in that age category. For OBC, it is 9 attempts. And with persons with benchmark disabilities, we've got 9 attempts. Also, EWS, similar types of attempts are given. Now, the fee is 100 rupees. It is exempted to all female candidates, irrespective of caste and community. Exemption is also extended to scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and persons with benchmark disability. Now, you can pay offline also, but I would suggest that paying online would be more convenient. Now, in terms of the information, this was the total information in general, which was important. So I had highlighted that, and before at the end, we've got the eligibility for availing reservation. Now here, some categories are declared as a reserved category in the state list, but they may not be a reserved category in the central list. So check your category in the central list. At the same time, you require latest data or latest certificates, to be precise. So looking for OBC, here you mention years are mentioned. For EWS, the years are mentioned. Now, in general, this was the total information or the crux of the notification in terms of filling up the form. For any personalized query, you can click on the link below. So thank you. All the best.